Hello and welcome to Roadcraft, the place for anyone who wants to be a smarter, better, and safer driver. In this episode, vehicles keep getting bigger, but the roads aren't getting wider and humans aren't getting taller. That's a problem. Let's go. We're in the midst of an arms race of sorts. Trucks and SUVs keep getting bigger every year, like the eyeballs of Disney princesses. Why? I don't know about princess eyes, but for vehicles, well, there are a lot of reasons. Tax breaks, fuel efficiency rules, marketing, consumer demand. But as a traffic safety nerd, there's one I want to focus on. Too many people have bought into the myth that bigger vehicles are safer, to the point that it's become an accepted fact. And I should put fact in quotes. But wait, you say, it's not a myth. Bigger vehicles really are safer. Okay, but that's only true if you exclude everyone that's not in a big vehicle. Sure, in a crash between a big vehicle and a small one, the occupants in the big vehicle fare better. Bigger vehicles are safer for the people in them, but when we include everyone using our road, it's a lie. For every life saved as an occupant in the biggest SUVs and pickups, 12 people are killed because of them. And even for the occupants, there are limits. Once you get over 5,000 pounds, the occupant fatality rate increases. A lot of full-size pickups and SUVs cross that threshold. If I were a philosopher, I might make the argument that buying a bigger vehicle than you need is unethical. But I'm a traffic safety guy, so in no particular order, let's look at some of the problems and what we can do about them. Bigger cars take more effort to stop, so it's no surprise that a full-size SUV has longer stopping distances than smaller cars. What's actually surprising is how much better the braking has become in recent years. For example, in 20 years, the Chevy Tahoe shaved 25 feet off its 60-0 stopping distance, currently coming in at 133 feet. But that's easily beat by Chevy's smallest SUV, the Trax, at 116 feet. Now, if you're driving a big vehicle, following a smaller one, think about your following distance. If the car in front of you slams on their brakes to avoid a moose in the middle of the road, they're going to stop before you do, so leave some extra room. Lots of people like trucks and SUVs because they sit up higher, improving their visibility. But that's only sort of true. Yes, you can see above other vehicles better, but that giant hood is blocking your view of what's right in front of you. It's not a coincidence that increase in pedestrian fatalities parallels the growing size of vehicles. The biggest victims here are kids. Big vehicles have blind zones as far as 15 feet in front of them. When your hood is 4 feet tall, you won't see most kids under 8 years old. And when that big front end hits a pedestrian, there's another problem. A pedestrian struck by a typical sedan will tend to fall onto the hood. A big truck knocks them under the vehicle. Pedestrian survival rates are much lower when hit by an SUV, so if that's what you're driving, recognize the added responsibility that comes with it. All other things being equal, a taller vehicle is going to tip over in a curve at a slower speed than a shorter one. SUVs have about double the rate of rollover fatalities compared to cars. If you know that, you can adjust your speed. If you're oblivious, you might find yourself coming too hot into a corner and end up wheels up. And now I'm stating the obvious here, bigger vehicles take up more space. But think of the implications. They're closer to everything. Closer to other cars in the parking lot, closer to the oncoming car on the highway, closer to the cyclist they're passing. A new Ford F-150 is a foot wider than a new Mini Cooper. If avoiding a collision is a matter of inches, well, the big vehicle might provide better protection in a crash, but the small one would avoid it altogether. By now, I probably sound like I think big vehicles are evil. They're not. Sometimes they're the right tool for the job. But driving a full-size SUV without considering the additional risks it presents to you and other road users, well, that just seems foolish, doesn't it?